news from Ghana.
Fremo Atu, Ahaye Peace, 104.3 FM, okay, 101.7 NEAT, 100.9. Ya worship house Wabeka Junction Accra, hello, 101.5 Wedum Kumasi. Oh my ma, ya mamunyina ha. Ebredu sen sama ya buano ye meyimu ya de somo same. Peace FM prem to brekasiye. A free Peace FM Susano, and I'm radio station Sebro ha edunum so Ghana ha say. A live for hot digital radio so London, Unity Radio Worcester, Massachusetts. A live for Facebook Peace 104.3 FM and a Peace FM online. YouTube also Despite Media. And somewhere dinama wienu ibini.
Dom kasia wa mrashe bedwafie womba no Dani Honorable Afenyo Maken wode atudwa so ni speaker enya dwene da mrashe bedwa asetena watu ase edafofro no.
We vehemently disagree with the unilateral decision to adjourn the House in the day. Anyway, we are with immediate effect going to engage our caucus.
Na Ketu South Mashebedwani Honorable Jifa Gomashi edi atudwa ese affirmative bill na yaje atumo no ebeboapa ma emanso akwanya na empempenso ememedru ewo mpanini emu no emanso so edru hobi.
Emra we die ye danyankopon se paase aba etimi aboma se ye de ye adwuma wo Ghana ha so ya ye nyade hu change beba.
Na oswafo hwe akwane akwantempon so yewura senso boache ede atudwa se mampanyin na adodanko akufuado ne bondembo ewa akwan mu no ekosoro papa sanso na lawyer Martin Pebu ede afutuo ama by lawyer panyini ese oma akwan na sa ambulance case na enkonko dadin na ehun nsam no doso.
This case is an embarrassment. Once a court of advocacy, they will still get to be not a
na yene Bank of Ghana ebedi enkomo efa enwumaku ahodo bro ahasa ya woche se womo atwe womo aso se checks bi a womo de ekokoko banks bi checks na chese ojamom your friend dead checks into one more actual maso yene Bank of Ghana ebedi sansemi eho enkomo na eneye ukwa denti constituency watch empeso ya ahodo so enkomobo ene hwehwemu ahodo no yeda so ewapoye mantemu ne empeso ya yekoso no ewo achem swedru we ne nsanka ya ahodo ena no awiei ya bobo ni nyina no esinkonwa ede besomo
Yede kasebon mu aseda Emma MTN. What the 4G plus na ba eba internet no. Open fastest connectivity. We choose it Turbonet. MTN say we there for you everywhere you go. Suzy about center phone T. And they bema ojunso nembe ye emuhye no emuche mienu. Ochemwa bransa ena wadwonso no. Wamo amokofa sibi aya abakosem. Wamo antwa me ankwa ankwohwe mo katete nti wonso wo sa atebia no mu atu ho na mon wai. Sibi women obapa okwa afichira wote yawo enka bone wa hemfie nkeka ye bi ne ade egigewo onumbia ebekọ ye sibi sopie pedicure sese na ho ye fefefe wo de shon paboa no na afatawo e wo pharmacy ne chemical stores e twa ye ho ahia 0247 111671 and 0246 578750. Aye, ya wa this way chocolate drink. Koko so fa so kan. De ohia ka ho a eni sushi. Akan kan fo a moti yenkan. Eye me. Nana ya Kunedu Mene.
Mame Biamakwafo Africa Sebonomo ensem eni dom kase wo mrahebedwafie wo ba no dani ene kanifo wo no na ban nwumadi ekoso mrahebedwafie nyina oda no eye Honorable Alexander Afenyo Marken na ode atudwa ese dom kase ne famu die to a speaker atu mrahebedwa wo mo asetena ahyeda wan hyeda ama edapotia wo mbesa aba asetena bium no wo mkaso wo ne eye adwene a na wo mo eboa womene ne nya adwene ba kokora se speaker wonko awatumi ahya wo ho na wasisa aginaye yi eno nti wo kire se ne fam de womo ede niema ekeka niema hodo asiani na womo de womo sa hyehye nkrata ase no masan atonsa frem na hyebedwafo no masan aba mra hyebedwafie biu esanse womo ewo dwumadi ahodo pi ya wo se fie no womo hwetimi eka ho asem nti se de wasi amoma sore asetena eso a wankire dapotin ya wombesan aba no enya de a ebeboa aban kwan bia so Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagben enra asetena mu no na woma womo esore asetena eso ese dom kase no womo edodo no ase enhyenkran enti ebra womo ankasa betimi nya dapoten a womo aye krado so beba abetena se no womo ebefre mrahebedwane bio
is the father of Parliament. He presides. We don't want to go into any banter with him. We will not act in a manner disrespectful of the chair, except to say that we vehemently disagree with the unilateral decision to adjourn the House in Midday. Anyway, what is our next step? We are, with immediate effect, going to engage our caucus with the sole aim at getting the necessary consent of members to procure their signatories to recall the House in accordance with law. So expect to see a recall request from us.
Na wamana so ono mo a ofa so echiechire mu ese ewomu se mashebedwafo ni bi hono mo a womo amma asetena mu na womu ni hono mo sa abrepoten no nanso no na nhyiemu ahodo bi a womo ne minority leader Dr. Kesela Tofosen ya womo adwendwen ne mahodo bi ene ade nyina no na ade bi a woso mutimi hwe na womo etu ho anamo se be ya Supreme Court judge fo ezukura no wombetimi ahwe womo ensem so na womo hwem ansa na bi a so wombe sori asetena so a womo asori.
Motion 23, which had to do with the 250 million facility from the World Bank. And I signal my colleague, Dr. Atofosen, to meet with me so that we discuss the nominees, the Supreme Court nominees. Because you have, as you may be well aware, earlier the Minority Chief Whip had raised some issues regarding the vetting process. And I didn't want a situation where there was going to be a repeated banter. It was when we were in that discussion, the minority leader, my good self, my deputy, and some committee members were in that discussion on the sixth floor in the deputy majority whip's office when monitoring proceedings on the telly. We sadly realized that Mr. Speaker was about adjourning CND. Surprisingly, he did not give his closing remarks. Neither did he allow leaders to even make certain remarks, which have become part of the practice of Parliament.
Any a majority leader or science leader of government business, Yera Afenyo Marken and Oten Kano William Gento and Emmanuel Akoli and a Buan Semiano Frima Shebedra Fiba.
Enra Ganam Rashebedra Mabakosam Esiye. Abakosam no a gender affirmative bill. Edia kwanyaba wawone susumpidia afei enra ana bosompo yi poma kwanu mamra hyebedwa foto so abaje tu mu se yemfanya adwuma ehwo asem de omanba enipa dodo no ate na emu nkyerɛkyerɛmu de wo mmra no mu ene ho adwento ato a ne mfaso ene se bɛyɛ adwuma na mpanifo afrase a yedi emu enkomo Ketu South abato mpesa so mmra hyebedwani onmonyamfo gifa gomashi se sa emra ya gya tumu ya asem de edema omman no na ebeboa ama enhyehyɛ ya yɛde afa emma ho keka ewa kanidie emu na yɛde gyina so apreach afa pɛ ede ama emma no agyina yie ɛwɔ nhyehyɛ ne mramu no affirmative action bill no aye ne say ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ ma kwan ɛma dibre apere ɛwɔ ɔman emu obroni se national level no ɛma bɛ sɛ ɔhankyɛ mu aduasa enipa dodo a ebu man no ɛwɔ sɛ mu bɛ sɛ ɔhankyɛ mu aduasa ɛyɛ ma o say botaye ne say efiti na no sɛde na nneɛma sitie na ɛkɔkyea etia ɛma no ɛbɛma wɔn so anu atumi aduru bunum nimdeɛ a ɛma wɔ no wɔn so atumi de aba abɛboa ɔman no yɔ na ama ankorankora fam nnwuma nso so kyɛfa ɛwɔ mu no ɛde nkɔsoɔ aba ɛwɔ ma abrabom na bi aka afiefie mu wɔse wei ɛyɛ ade a ɛbɛboa ama onipa enyi mu sɛ wei yɛ bɛmɛnti yɛmfa ma no obetumi ayɛ sɛ wei yɛ ɔbɛnti me ɛmfa ma no ontumi nyɛ ɛno afiri hɔ na oni ku onimdeɛ ɛwɔ de kodeɛ no ho akadeɛ ana ɛwɔ ho tumi wɔ ho kwan ɛnko ade a ɔyɛ ɔbaa ensi ne kwan sɛ yɛmfa adwuma bi ɛnhyɛ ne nsa wɔse wei so ɛbɛboa ama sustainable development goals ama memu hyehyɛ a yɛyɛ de primpuntuo ɛho botaye no yɛwɔ susudua hodo a yɛde atoso na ne fa bi mpo ɛne sɛ bedru afe 2030 na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtimi enya ɛma dodo bɛso hankyɛ mu aduasa enipa ekura dibre ahodo ɔman dibre aba bɛyɛ ɛma ɛdia enti ɛbra wɔgye mmra ne tu mu wieye oni peace news ɛdi ho nkɔmɔ bebree ɛna wakyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ asɛm dɛ na mu nkyerɛkyerɛ mu no ɛwɔ sɛ entiaseɛ ba ɔmanfo hunu deɛ wɔ mmra nom ɛnyɛ sɛ akansie daabi deɛ bɛma timi yɛ ɛyɛ bɛma nko a na ɛyɛ bɛma nyɛ di oba ene ye oba ne benti otumi ye onye na mom de nipa nyina ye yie de ensese ye nyimu yama sa nkyerkyere mu ne mra na memra ne so abamfaso amoman no
right honorable speaker na waye na dwene se o time ha obo ne performa bill no abaye a nchi a e dia bre ye ma no e do so pa temra we die ye danyankopon se pa se aba etimi abam say ye the year adwuma wa Ghana ha so ya nyina be hu change the act is that I'm very happy and content that it is happening at a time that I'm sitting in Parliament. Journey of star and from 0 to 30%, it's a good it's a good step. Makase, it is not the panacea. All the problems that women have, and it's a giant step, and we appreciate it.
Enwachi onmonyafo Jifa Gumashi say Abraham Rashebedwa wie wo mo famu die wodne sabato ne saye masro mampani na nadodan kwa akufo ado so pa ne chew emra hodo am Rashebedwafo adi hu dwuma wie na aka se enhyehye kwa so wode ne nsa ehye ase ma ne di mu no obese na ne die mu a wonhwe no tu ho na mo titriw ba ko bia na anu ye witchcraft bill
ya kan say His Excellency the President be sign na aye emra na mesre maka say ne nonko witchcraft de ne dia bre no no se dia be ni na ya dwene hu ye power dem wansa na ye de bre no he should have an open door na those in na 275 members of parliament, you know, the power given to us as legislators, you know, ya ye hu djuma na ye de acts na bre na onye no no sign we and all the others that we have got to say windows of opportunity or what ye sign ye bika ho and now your crown. For now, let's just bask in the joy that we have indeed passed that act, bill into an act. So I'm content for now.
K2 South Mrashe Bejeni onmunyafo Jifa Gumashi nene ana oti yi Prince Bafwa Samoa yesanmane konongo Jackie Chan na mane bwa
na affirmative action bill ya ehun anasa law yi ehun and honorable Patricia PJ ya oye deputy majority leader ono so ede atu dwa se enra de mrahye bedwafo wo mu ye nyame so ade pa ama abakosema dadi emfie porepore dumiensa entamunie ya saa emre ekopie mrahye bedwafie afe na nyame ya dom ama wo matimi age atomu ama beye emra kron ya ebi kenka na no na Honorable Patricia PJ ede etu dwa ese saa emre yi abeboa pa ma eka kese ya ebeda emma ene mema eba amammuo mu empanyini mu a na emma no wo fom kra na mema no e wo so saa de no wo hye eba be ka twom na etimi aboa ama pepepe yakoso e wa amammuo emu na wo kire mu a enra ebra wo mo kenka emra no sade etoso miensa ena wo mo agitu mu no na chese dom kese no dodo no aso wo mo efo aso nti wo mo dom ho hye mu pa.
Ghana has crossed the milestone and has positively passed the affirmative action into an act. I must say I'm highly delighted that my presence here in Parliament for 3 terms, we've been able to pass the affirmative action bill into a law. And I want to assure all members that one of the things that you have to pay attention to is that we call it the Affirmative Action Bill or the Act, but in brackets we bring the word equity, Gender Equity Act. We know the disparity between the men and women in our public palace and in every sector of life.
Na owie no odi to dwa se mrayi so abai ebeboa pa ma enisuade hunu amansa kubatan ehhehye edema yese yenhwese eka ya eda ema ne mema entem tichureba amammuo ni mpaninie edia yenhwese ebedru mfie mpimienu ene aduosia enso na saade no aka twom kra ya ne mema wonne ma so dodo no a wo mso ewo hobi wo se mrai beboa emasa enisuade hunu no wo mo etimi edru
or close the imbalance that we are experiencing at this point in time, it will be almost impossible. We have some targets to achieve. And if you look into the bill, you see that there are schedules of targets to meet. And the first one is the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, the achievement of that one. But ultimately, we are looking at the 2067 African sustainable goal to achieve. And we are on that note, we are talking about equality. So we believe that if we want to move from 1 to 2, it should be a gradual process.
Deputy Majority Leader Honorable Patricia PJ, Emmanuel Akoli, and William Gentu Nebua Semiano Ebae.
And assembly see ewo ye court, appeals court. Nana sa asamno akwakopie court no. Efa edom kuma ba no dani ane owura bia wono akasa edi ne nkui oye business ehom. Ewomo ene oman no enana enya ewo ambulance ye kokoto ye ana etutu ho anamo ewo my Ghana mu. Asam ne fa edie eda so ewo court ena edom kuma ba no dani echese ne fa bi ntwa ne yie eti onmunyam focus lato force ngina so ede asam no ekọ court of appeal se wo mo hwe na sa asam ne aka ne yemmontungu efi se enya asam a eya asam a wo se ede ho ntansa ebono na court of appeal si nkonya enra ana court brofo ana court aginasie a ene acquitted and discharged ene se oni kuno ye sign ho ye yi nkonua na firi ne so court de saa emuaye no etudwa wode tudwa anche na kane mampani John Dramani Mahama ehye mo se oni oman yi ebekasa obekasa akire na dwen ewo ho eti ampani ampa anwumre no oni oman ne kasaye wofa abefo kwan so ene omamba edi nkita ho ekire na dwen ewo saa atemmuo no a court of appeal ede baye na kasemu na kane mampani John Dramani Mahama ekirem de akire se sabre ya ye womu oman ne so afo hwa atentrene eso beche Attorney General and Minister of Justice Owura Godfred Yeboadame wo ye adwuma sede osum MPP ku na enyese osoafo a osum oman Kanema mpeni John Dramani Mahama say Court of Appeal abo asem yi na we sign yewura eho circus lato forcing onkono ene so hwese de asem ne fa aye chinchine atwan ewo court fufuro mu no a edi dance yese asede Owura Godfred Yeboadame why na dwen se kia ne ke wosne me ametown enti baby anyema keka kro no we NDC ni na no asem bi siye wo fa ho wo mfa ho na akuradi bremu nti be de ho ntansa ebebom wo se anu nti wo se owura Godfrey de bo adame ayeyira asem mu a pese kwam bia so wo de obi ekokoshe aban ekukumu ene nso Court of Appeal akirechire mu adi asemi ama ne ho esan na eniema akoso ewo owura Godfrey de bo adame ene na dwuma ho se Attorney General no asede also party MPP na nyoman.
I think that this Attorney General has been discredited enough anywhere in the world with the things we've seen and the coaching of witnesses and discussion with witnesses. This prosecution will have been struck out as malicious prosecution. I believe this prosecution is malicious. He is not as robust and energetic in pursuing cases that are okay. Even just as we're talking, there's an ambulance case involving this present administration, which is hugely larger than what he's prosecuting, and yet he has no interest in that. He is like a legal representative of the MPP party, over-enthusiastic in pursuing political opponents. He thinks that he's just the Attorney General. The Minister of Justice is supposed to ensure fairness. Anywhere else in this world, this case would have been, he would never even have come to court, not to talk about talking with witnesses, having conversations with witnesses and trying to tell them what to do. This case should have truncated long ago.
Fei Court of Appeal ejinesi no o se eye ne nwanwa na ne nwanwa echi no soso de ma ne ye ne nwanwa ene se wo hu se atentere ne da so ewo ye court ehyehyeye emu efise enura enu bi ene pie ye o Court of Appeal.
It shows the vindication that he's innocent. We believe that this prosecution should never have taken place. Indeed, it came as a surprise because I had quite forgotten about the appeal. This appeal was made quite a long time ago when they filed a no-case petition before the court, and the High Court, rejected it. And so they went up to appeal. So apparently it's been before the appeal court for quite a long time. So it came as quite a pleasant surprise. But it shows that we still have justice in this country and that we can work to make the judiciary what we want it to be.
Na ne krakra no kane mampani John Dramani Mahama say da mebi oba be yo mampani a on trase nyenhwe han se atemu adwuma yebechichi wo nsa egu wo machi debi enye saa ne bekokra.
I do think that despite the issues we have with the judiciary, there are judges who are fair-minded. We're not talking about all judges. In some cases, we criticize judgments. I mean, for instance, to say that your birth certificate cannot be a proof of your identity as a citizen. I don't agree with that judgment. But they pronounced it, and we've abided by it. We sent an election petition, we're thrown out. I said, I respect the judgment of the court. So we've always respected the judgment of the court. As president, even though the Chief Justice was a church member of mine, I can say on authority that I never ever discussed one case with her. The judiciary is the last arbiter in all the three arms of government when it comes to any dispute. And the judiciary creates an environment for investors to come. If I'm prepared to come as president, work with the Chief Justice, work with the Judicial Council to make sure that we have a judiciary that is fair, that dispenses justice to all without recognition of your political or ethnic color. And so I think that this is a landmark decision. And if I was the Attorney General, I'll just let it rest there. But I hear he says he's going to go to the Supreme Court. It shows how malicious his eagerness to prosecute this case.
Kane mampani John Dramani Mahama na diwie ye sebro no nso ye mampani no na sori mu ena ba kwadubofo ena afe otemuafo pani no no mu nyina na esom nenso anka ne da so nkotwintwa omanam adwuma wo mo eyemu so obehye obi kutupa ensi da esusu nei edien ena yehunu we ne nsam kaye bi ya anopa no ye kase boye bubu obi so kire mum ena kane mampani John Dramani Mahama ede atudwa afa onumunyamfo keslato forcing na semu e court of appeal eni sede court ese sign ho no
na asem kroya mo na private legal practitioner lawyer Martin Pebu ono so efa so dia futu ama aban lawyer panyini ese mo ha no so sa ko Supreme Court akwa appeal efa enura agina appeal court wo mo esi yefa ambulance nsensem no ho na ochemu se wo mu se Ghana mra makwan se wonu obi ekwasenie na bia court bu asem wie na obonyo so a ubetimi akwa appeal die nanso anka ne yam anka aban lawyer panyine won tena sedin na asem no won onsusu ne yie onfa ngu nsane ni na onsusu ne yie ansa na bia obetu anamo bi wo ho a watu bra woni P7 kasebo ehwen komo na lawyer Martin Pegbu editu dwa chemu se se ubeko appeal de ono pa na nko ne lawyer ni no otunufo a ko beka chensenka ehu hia onya bibie mu ma enka na ochechre ye emremu no ye kase bia obi ya kwete no ya discharge no a na echre se asem no asi akwasi nyade e besa sori bio enna se kase ya discharge obi nsoso a na chese se de etie bia asem no ebesa ebetimi asan asori ebio enti lawyer Martin Pegbu enna odi afuto emma aban lawyer panyine Yera Godfred Yebo Adame ese omma asem no enkoda di se atemuafo no atena se ebua awie dia anka ontwa so kora isan sensem bebre ewo ho no mo a waso mutimi hwe na wo mo eka ho asem na wanhwe ya sa asem ba koi ebetimi ede animguase bebre abre no
Attorney General Petro appeal. Yes, in Raman point, it's just that this particular appeal, only one the appeal court next 31st year court break. Continue yeah, appeal this year. Even if a year NDC will be election, no Kurana, the next government or no damn any president will keep him in that office because take now yet no step. Or no attorney general that by cancer answer none you know that attorney general justice uniquely in the field and yeah will be the for appeal so because case I will see a gemuna who kakra because every day I can't see who has a so this case is an embarrassment. Once a court of that book is we are still get to be now. Forever, but court of appeal danger case no to be.
Na lawyer Martin Pegbu amananso ono mo a P7 kasebo bisa no sanya bia nia ekeka kwei honorable Dr. Kesiala Tofosen ebetimi akobhye bibia broni friend malicious prosecution process ase edetia aban lawyer panyina na eno no so de sankyeremu yi emaye.
Okay, so years malicious prosecution Raman because it will take not using tape na APA by no attorney general Pajapa chose uncle dia 20 report uncle medical report near Yimbra. And at 40% malicious prosecution, yes, in law no obey me assassin. It won't say justice right mention. He referred to it. I say take a to me. Sana one can say take na of course financial loss but the banner was man no. From day one, no, not attorney general near them, but not to force him. Peswaso by election, man, and normal pay on the Damiso Mudisika, a bit poor central region for me at one moment. It will be an interesting case, so what they call malicious prosecution. A babua, said that they are ministers, they are she.
Ne krakra mo na ode etu dwase se Ghana fo bekoso anya gidie ewo yatemu adwumako no mu dia ene na ewo sa so twen yede emma aban lawyer panyin pa eni se yema no ekoa keke na emmomo no yebetimi atwena so se ebeji na adwuma no ede afre ne sem te se de emebi afia mahanko no eduoso enkono justice emisabi oye ne niema bi ana emfa kwamu enti agi na adwuma efre ne sem wo se ye ne sa ankabeboa
they are man could be near Gideon system said on no go for damage so o man pini ku fa do na suma no kwa yen twina so because on o man pini na na yes o mo be sum ye yes o mo be party amani system ti e twina so na e no that's accountability interview cry ye and no see asutwi because he can but this interview is not enough on through office as attorney general today justice Emisa 1979 a DC sa plea bargaining na AP by no any said as attorney general asotwe na amanfo say oh law no ye adwuma yes sir nsem na amanfo ti wo tape no so no da the best lawyer see a catch them say money judges mudi nkomo wo cases so mo ti dey bien hand ya asotwe ne ba na amanfo anya gidi say ukoye sa de ne achiwa so boni wo so.
Eni awoti ye private legal practitioner lawyer Martin Pegbu and out is one nua Salamat Kukwa pencil 18 komoye.
Enra ye omanyi emu soafo ya wo hwe akwan ene akwantempon so wosan bantima nrahye bedwani wone omampani nana adodanko akufo ado akwan eyie ehon hyehyeye emu anamontuo no ogina so ede emu mpuntuo ene de wo hwe kwan so omanfo beye ede aboa wo mo ewo amanebo eho wode eho akwa anaso eho ade etudwa Onmanyafo Francis Asenso Boache ekasa na ode atudwa se wo hwe amemwo a ewoso ya MPP ena ebuo ya omampani nana ado dankwa akufo ado aban wayi akwan pa na de ye frani interchange ekwan na eya aborosan no waye maako ensia afei ensamso ana bridge waye akese aduasenum afei akwan no akwansini brofo kwansini kilometer no waye empim du mienu aha nwotwe aduasa wei aye de MPP aye efri bra oman tumi bedi wonsem afe 2017 ebesi afe 2023 chasa afe 2024 idi mpo enka ho wase sa wo hwe akwan yi a NDC apenso no brofo kwansi kilometer no empem 9 ahensia aduasensia 4636 eno mo yeye we senti wose se wo po yi akwan a e wose ye de eho abodini no ebo MPP aban a omampani na adodanko akufo ado eda no na wo ka ni sei no wa kire se enye de omo yeye a eye papa epe na obeka ba bia sinto won so opemu aka wose aban yi pen so ade ba ko akwa tia wo mo eye kwan siesie de obroni fra no routine maintenance ebre ano bra no akwan esiesie sa bonka keto bia fiti ekwan num na ye koye sa yesiesie na enye ntre ha wose ho de nokre wo mo anya de pi adanse bebre nso ewo ho wo kasa echechensem we sei emu ede kan form ampani na adodanko akufo adu no agina so ede app no a ifra no peye ka ho asem kyerem se maintain my road app etudwa.
That successive government have over the years invested in upgrading and development of our road network, with the government of President Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo achieving unprecedented levels of road infrastructure development in the history of our generation. I am happy to mention that between 2017 and the end of 2023, government of President Akufo-Addo had completed works on 6 new interchanges, 35 bridges, and 12,830 kilometers of roads across the country, as against 4,636, quite a modest one, by the previous administration.
Na enuachi onmanyafo Francis Asenso Boache echechre ekwan siesie ne nyina so ahodo miensa womu.
Our roads maintenance program is based on 3 key pillars. One is the prioritization of key routine maintenance activities, and this is to protect significant investment made by government in road infrastructure. 2, provision of sustainable funding for road maintenance. To protect these initiatives, 60% of road maintenance budget from the Ghana Road Fund will be allocated to pothole patching and urgent maintenance activities. 3, public ownership and involvement in road maintenance. To get active public involvement in the identification and remediation of activities or maintenance issues on the road network.
Oni poka say Francis Asenso Boache bantima mrahye bedwani akwan ne kwantempon soafo enono. Na board chairman Ma Roads and Highway Authority engineer IK Mensa edwei etoso.
Let us take it seriously, because this is going to be a treasure trove for all engineers who are preparing their budget. Because when you are preparing your budget, that is where you need information. And this information will be found in the database of all the calls that have come in, the critical ones, and it's going to be very useful. So my appeal is that let us take this up, even though it was initiated by somebody who is not an engineer, and then make sure that it works for us. There's a lot of benefits for all of us.
Oniboka said Che engineer IK Mensa George Osei Amaneboa.
Na Bank of Ghana babeto dwa se wo mo atwe enwuma bro ahasa aso ni nyina ene se enwuma yi wo mo de check ma nkrofo se mo nko bank na mo nko cash na simple no wo mutimi di sika ma bank check ma bank se bia sika se afo behwe na check na a bounce na misa koswa nti say Bank of Ghana atwe sa nwumakuo bro ahasa no aso se emfie miensa entem no ma womo emfa enyi check se bia mo ntworo check emfa nko bank ne etoso mienu ma bank fo no emmo bosia ene ne ma wodo pi na yese yika kumyegire kwakuo num enti ye ko Financial Stability Department openye kesi a woda no ewo Bank of Ghana yera Augustine Donko nchen na yana na bonkomo kakra efa saa ensemi ho Mira Donko ewie ye mo ha o
ya ena
yo we de wada roma nsemo a ye tititie ya nya bia obetimi adomo suko no wabonye mu se ne enchiremu ankasa etie
yo me da say na we de mention na answer na special no ma chinatuna bi kata se financial person now kind on enye me ne down for no me the enfant say me assistant director e wo ho but opinion kata e wo ho the mention na
okay
yo number so me o kind no e do kre me wo bi say ni ne check e to say the car in na the tutia e kai se bia obi doka ana omo obi what to be a person to channel car ultimi eye momo emano ultimi transfers kana ekoto na account mu ana say ultimi so extra check emani pano e the bank ekoyi ni na eka ne only be kase payment channels and payment tools no ehun na aya na hacker crash say ebia sabi obi do ka ana what point dem obi na o tia oka na one ma o check now the check no ebe bank na on sa enka sika no emoya bank no de ma won say check na nipa na etro ma won sika na watro e wo so se bi no nipa no enli sika na e won account no ma che say sika na ya tro e wo check no so no e do so etene sika e da nipa no e bank account no no se ko bata ana professor ya ka say nipa na tro that check na e ha jumpa say e tape na wa ha nipa na ka utia ne kano ne ne de kano so o de kwene dwuma na de sia no wo ha no se ko bata o chena obi fo ba na o masa ni pano cheka ni pano empete obeji na o twetwe na aze se ta na o ha bu ne be ka te payment system ni na o ha financial system no na o ma gidi ankofo e wo check mu no e ba fom na no na yempe nti Ghana mremu kra no we mu say utro sa check no your friend of that check here say utro check MOB na say kana watro no sika do account no isa ese say the canal it yamra your friend of criminal offense won so twen e wo ho utimi de do kumi potum akusi mfe be enum kra na eno no chi no Bank of Ghana say ebeye na enkofo ekon enkodo so on be trust that check no emra Ghana man no Bank of Ghana so ede share for egwapon say the be ankofo empete on be trust that check no na ama GDA ye nyina ye wo checking system so bi e ma check no akoso awo ho na enete chihye na nete se uti kan trust that check e bi e ma obi a chihye ho no say bank na odi juma e wo ho no wa wo check no o bank no check na eko no mu se that check ana wa twene bi se sika na wa check no so no sika o account no etimi entu ata sika no pa bank no ebe show ana say on be ma warning on be throw on be text so on be timi email ama warning say hey ene what show that check now train no uni sika no na sadia wa yi watoma enti hwi na so sign eye type bi ma so so eba no enye papa na enyai basape na bank no e de wato na omo monitor bo ne be ka say you are under surveillance omo hwa say infamous na e di wanim no obesan ayesa bi ma say we do that infamous no o sign echo draw that check and price to me no bank no ebesan ashro abokoko say emi bi atwam uyeye amaye kan ene o sign ye hwie na afin so omo don wansem akoma nyumakwa from credit bureaus no saka omo de beto o credit report so ama say e bata o kwajibu say o bank bia sa bank no ekosho report na on be hu say sabe uyu bia o type short that check uni sika wa account kra ultimate show that check enti no wan show ya e ma bank bia e kono say omo no be adwuma na fe bank no assign atro Bank of Ghana abebo amane say send pay employer to sminu what short that check e won fie me nsa entimi se wa ma no enfi wa after o koso e control that check employer to me nsa e hono ana na afede na yin na ya bro enti emma no e say se kopata bank no emmo Bank of Ghana mane say at papaya na owuai mami customer ana chuma kuya yede no report ebremo emri say what short that check imprenu no wasan ayene etoso miensa senya kobasa pe ehye no emra say ete Bank of Ghana etwe so na so twe no ntitu pa no eye mienu sero di kan no ne di kan ene say Bank of Ghana ebe panel Bank of Ghana e disbo be to so say infam miensa enim no untimi enyusu check biem se pasa pe ese o bank no efro se check bia account in bia no fabrom no mo jita check no efro se untimi enyusu check biem because what say check na dem no bo ne be ka say why pusu no sabi uni kakra na uyi e de 13 for keke enti ma enyusu check biem yam ka say ye to account no ye to in fact ubetimi kofo betimi ama wo kra check the kofo betom to account betimi ama wo check ama da ko to account no eno wo obi o person ye transfer bia e ba account no bia no utimi eyo sika go account no no on satimi ka utimi e de electronic means ya ba ibi eyi betimi the ATM eyi betimi transfer abi go mo so ni na de utimi yo na mum check pe ana ye ma o enyuso ntenu ne dikan ana ne to simi no well, so trust that check in now after ya catch a man for say one casemuno, Sabio, Usika Semono, and Kuyi Papa. Oh, internet, what show, Uniska call account, no, so what show check no. The Copasta, they are not going to say, now you're more paying Emma Bank, Echo Bobu Sandia. Obia Sebi, Usika Semi, Pedania, O Chocho check cry, Yin chain. Any requirements number now the chair bank neka. In Tiasutra, it forced me to say. Infamous something ye proud ye maun or bank bia or can bia uncle Bosnia uncle loan become banker and yet the Pakistan you see all a financial institutions a share Bank of Ghana some Bobusano pay savings and loans a rural bank a microfinance bank I can say ultimately could be bia uncle Bosnia for sure bank for bia Musam for bia for infamous I there with him no so what the camp will be ucha there and obi to me bank na koso etua na mum se utua wi ana utua mi kan se open for there the sign so ban wa dead no no e ma no e ma ho kwan na se dem dika kan no nti ade ye wi no titru pa no se yem pese juma ko bi ene ankwankwa bi esuban se be omusuma boni a omude na bi e fa check tro no nti no enkofo gi bi a omo check no no e be perform yenya complaints be pre office juma ko no mo trouble ankwankwa bi no mo trouble as me see edimeka or trouble check am me pre no person na rekono bank me say unitka sapena ko fuji dia say me kaka na time obi ma obi check kra on pese oche and so this year aban any Bank of Ghana yin na adwuma yi di no say e be say kaka ko enima na ke bi tum pepper so bia sika ye de share bottom de share bag ma yi e pade no kra no na ka eni ho bi ana price na fe ye no your brunika pay cash light oh be tin car ay machine bi nam de card bi electronic bi me press ha na aba na press your corner na say check na ka no atachikaka entina ye de sa subu abai e wo fodada na ye ko yɛ popo apra to ko for say munya isade o munya isade o na fe de e ma say oma sɛbi oma ya so dia be see na gusu esa no se ma no e chiom entina ya ye na adwumako anakwa ade we affect you no individuals no akwa for no eye aduanan and 47 individual account holders and adwumako for no adwumako no eye if I know and aduanan enu 245 into mu number ma 292 customers individuals and business entities ana ya panium it's time for that check a home something
wadaro ma businesses no omodo do ye saying
businesses no
what kind of brofomete kind of brofo 245 I know it be a 9 num okay eti Augustine me sa we kwan bi so no e wo msa mo twe wo maso de but say bia mo nyini se de mo yenso ebe eka wo mo adwuma no because wo mo so afa nipa wo mo ne wo mo eye adwuma wo mo tua to ene ho nkro ne ba
yenim etimi ebasa enso o hwe ne fa fofo so a ene se omo so sabe subana omo no omo so omo de ha afofofo enyuma saa maba Peace FM mabe advert announcement any ade kakra me kai de mame 10,000 na matro check ama Peace FM thanks to kaya bi na Peace FM for ejna edit to omo light bill omo so edit tia adwumafo no kra eka na say yeah be announcement nyina etuatua trot that checker say Peace na ye hamo ebidu no ayi opanyi entimi entuamoka ewo mu se asotwe to do kan no yes ebetumi atwim na akoka se kwan bi so no odi be ha sanko fo adwuma de enso sa de na omo area nti e say yes som e wo baby e see som e wo baby ana we no enye se bi omunim ana omunim pa because ya bom de ru ukọ bank bia website e wo so ukọ bank bia banking hall omo dia to say o throw that checker don so any complaints are e buy away ye frɛ ni catch on say asin say the complaints are say o throw that check we opanyi catch odwuma ko no mo hwe ye bi say apotwe da ho emi ya ye we na interfere be edru no aye den amaye nti ka ye be to for say ekofo enyan say o throw that check no mo bi say e ma no de sabi e wo sisi e yentimi between adman
nokre wo mo se mra no wo ho no mo de nanso ye hwe these businesses here eno na binom nso so sabi wo mo de hwe fie wo mo de bo mo bra ene ade nti se bi anka that check na say checks no kra na mo be bra wo mo se ye ma mo issue checks bio na mom no bi a wo mo wo kwan se mo be je bosia mo be tro ye fensen letters of credit ene ho nkro ne ba na bi a motimi de atrem adwumam because we know on say be affected one more ma affected one nyuma e fon so
ana we di kan no say ne wa kan no ebitimi aye no kre now so kra ne kwan bitu no wo say na o ka say bi anka e jam e mo ko boy a e bi ho kra o ko bobo sana e ba se o tua busana hyehyaya o ne sika kra bi adwuma de na eye ene say me ma o no boni fre no post-dated check me tro check no ene amount and so data me dia to so say koyi no that should be a date na nipa no ana say e pass no age that check hi na say e kan obi a sebe wabakosem ana say usuban e date say me bi a atwam no o de that check we kwa na o tro no e den I trust bank ana bank no enya say check ya wa try o de amame e bitua Osam de amawe eka no se me do na me call bank me de o check call bank ra me kwa akunya eno ni ade ba point credit bureau na me boss no omo yo e ma no e check bank pia say obi draw that checker fa ho so bo no ekobo that credit bureau no e de be check sa ni pa no na sa dwuma ko no e credit report so say sa asimasi na sa dwuma ko watro credit check that check ama obi enen se ochina sa nipa no ana sa dwumako no e bank foforo bi so ko pebusa e mano shut that bank no say on credit bureaus no ji near friend of credit report e fa sa dwumako yi ana sa nipa no adoka kwachi no na e wo so say who be a say be o cho that check into say yeah she pan ya di pan mi e krampo e danchen sa bank no ofu say the who be a o cho that check opa enya bia obema o sabosa no it's ne wakene nya no kro but ana na me shimu say yan hwene o so ade wi ano ne bia ye coin say oh e jawo ma oba so juma be say before juma omo ye juma konto be ye insana ana ne ka say omo so kwa bi so no omo so mo fe fofoforo ejuma ukoto ade nipa no e hwe nim say ubi chene ka wakoso ebi akoto ne mani bi odi bi etu ejuma proka uno o say obi ejuma nti maybe every say can say oh no you better say oh bi na oh so obi ejuma no o de ye mo de no ban na koso a say nkofo ejuma every say me e my take aka meji to me so say ye na se no ye ho bibi
na say when dey to am ntimfie mi ensanta mansa na on betimi ade wo mo ho
e pa chwane
wow
na me jina ta to yen so up cafe ebia sabi o say unnim se bi sai wo ho no ma enne de piece of madaroma what's it over check am obia if mo ehia say over share pa say ti kai do account mo no ti kana wo tro check no so no that kana do account no ebetimi atua ana ansana wo tro business no yin me kwa mo fa so mo djuma obi o ha na ebia check bi o hwenim ana ska bi o hwenim ka be kona account no no enti na wo tro sa check na yin ni na ne kana say tutu adjuma kofo no say a cobana za ye be only bank no be the kind after bank no any bank na ya mo hwehwe say me the check bi eba na me time the check na eba na say e na no pay and I know the na me hwe no say it can be eba be kum account no it's ba mo cho so ni akono de check na eba mo hwe say sika no ade kan be kum ansa na my check no adwuma e ya de banks no eye bank bia the mouth ne friend relationship manager o first any penalty manager ya bank no energy part on base had an amount okay the bear se satek no eba no mo show account no sika enima o mo pa check no enfam kra enko clear na be o mo start mo tuma kra na akopa se I register say wo tuma kra na what me see what throw that check because when the kind of man start share no then I can say yes straight my for say o mo tiny banks no enye start share you say the bear that check and say no ma if say
me da say brenti komono de ede nanso ye brenintie yentimi entoa so da foforo ye besan ba wo honti Augustine Donko ye bedo asepa awie Oye Assistant Director in charge of Financial Stability Ewo Bank of Ghana Augustine Donko ena ote nenkano utie kasebo Peace 104.3 FM Constituency Watch eno ena yede toa moso yeda ye ho abasisia
so wakoma ho hyehyew ana ebo periperi de broni kan hardware no a ede na sese wo ye na se wo yam so atim so
wo be pack na farmer Martin's liver salt tira kwan entem ahwie nsu agu glass mo ate Martin's liver salt no ba kwa no na wo de agum
wo be hu se ehuru wa glass ni mu na wanom Martin's liver salt ye won orange flavor ana ba ko so ye plain
wonumu a ho beto nemum edi na anu na ho ntowo a ko hu doctor
the luckiest luck is everywhere for everyone yeah the luckiest luck is everywhere for everyone yeah
doctors
nurses
barbers
drivers
bouncers
friends
teachers
bankers
east west north south obiam to be
you could be the luckiest you could be the luckiest
Accra to Haga
let's go the luckiest luck is everywhere for everyone yeah the luckiest luck is everywhere for everyone yeah
doctors
nurses
barbers
drivers
bouncers
friends
teachers
bankers the luckiest you could be the luckiest.
Exhibition. I go Ghana. Every Panada 20th August. Ekopim Panada 27th August 2024. Abatwa komisa. Ebeda abatwa nkrata nedi. Ewo mia ye to abenina ewo mine mu. Every anopa nonso. Ekopim enwumbre no nsiande bia. We akwanya ma obia. So ba kohwe ni din. Ene ne police station. Se bibia ya pepepe. Ena afa so ye be hwe se obia onsem fata din. Eni abatwa humani mu. Ena afa so se ye be yi omo mafiri mu nyina din. Every abatwa humani mu. Ne sign no with the death certificate, burial permit, and now obituary notices. Ebeba ne de gina so yi omudi every abatwa humani mu. Se wo ho kwan ana what wrong with this? What's out to about? And what's out with ID cards and the registration slips in our course? I don't know. And also say, ubet me about *711 *51 hash. I want telephone so. But what you mean? I show with D and in your mind found won't say be a pepe. Obia who coins our twaba. Only mobia only who coins our twaba. What's Ronnie Dino? Only about what commission no has to tree. Naninja Sony. Say Nipaninya if you're watching. Say on your gun Say Najimundaho. And Nasa on Yenin Pakwa or Sioye. And Nasa baby out Sena Anya Bia or Troni Dean Sao Betwaba. Say Anya Bia do Dean Akan. Exception. And now multiple registration list. Akwanya daho se wo be kire die ntia ense se wudin awasa ahomani mu afei so kayo se abato ahoma na ye beda neti no e be hya se efi Benada 20th August ekopem Benada 27th August 2024 ye beda abato nkrata na di e wo police stations ni na wo man ni mu efri adopa no nso ekopem enwumre no nsia da bia wa bato e na kire wo dat so go and check your name.
This is what the Olympics is all about.
Get closer to split-second wins. Closer to history in the making. Closer to your champions.
The greatest athletic achievements of all time.
Get DSTV to get closer to the 2024 Paris Olympic Games from 26 July to 11 August with 9 dedicated channels for the best coverage of every medal and every podium moment. On Supersport on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
The luckiest.
*712#.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed *712# and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Dial *712#. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial *712#. Now I can to take it through as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win the Sika Kessie. Prizes are Kessie in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with *712#. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
*712#.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Abza for da mo ase kasebo no asi constituency watch no e brainity entimi famremo ye de bebremo e da foforo ye da mo ase ene monte ase na constituency watch ba wakwan mu a na eye endpoint homeopathy endpoint adaroma ene etimi de constituency watch ebremo ebi ana yare bi aba be hihye wo ho ebi ana ye kwankro yare bi wabo modin de chinchini enko besrewo for nature endpoint eto da no ayi titriti asa nansi achechewo obo enye wo yie entwe ma ne meye stroke encounter ho ansa obema odwunso na odwunso na asem wo ho wo sa wo bre entwe ma ne meye prostate cancer ansa entwe ma kwankro yare ne ma ansa na wape kwan a obefa so a obesan si udadem endpoint homeopathy ewa Accra Spinters Road Eben Shell signboard Tema Committee 25 Kowana So Hotel no achi Kumase yekọ krono mabo hia Angel School Complex na achi 0244 86 70 68 0244 86 70 68 Ana 0247 23 4321 0247 23 43 21. Midday. Nana ya Konedu. My name.
Mame Biama Kwafo.
Yadia Seda Emma, Susie Bell Center for CB Men Capsules, Meme Yojun, so may you became a Mushishan one be. CB women or Barco feature not tia and Cabone wa him fiano nonum. Yadi CB Soapia Pedicure, so now I FFA. Our pharmacy in chemical stores 0247 111671 and 0246 578750. MTN the 4G Plus. About internet na fastest connectivity, choose Tabonate, choose MTN, MTNC. We there for you everywhere you go. You crowd this way chocolate drink, cocoa son faso kind. Do you hear any sushi?
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knobs.